Hey, what's up, my beautiful people? It's your boy Devo, some motivational, back with another day trading spy recap. Real quick, like always, I want to say thank you all for all the likes, the comments, the subscribes. Thank you guys for all the views. Thank you guys for everything y'all do for me because this is a journey, and we're not making thousands and thousands of dollars each day. And so I want to say thank you all for all the ones who are following the journey of from an unprofitable trader to becoming a profitable trader. Okay, so I really appreciate every single one of y'all are with me. Okay, and so let's get straight into it. So today I didn't have a trade. Why didn't I have a trade? Well, there was no entry point today. So we know we had the good news over the weekend that the tariffs on the EU are being delayed. That's why we were dollar cost averaging on Friday. And in the morning, we actually bought some more before we had this huge pump, right? We actually dollar cost averaged a little bit more into some positions before they moved all the way up because we did have this gap up. Um, we did have this gap up from last Friday till this Tuesday, right? And so all we did was just break down, kind of defend this area of those previous resistance, and then we turned it into support, as we see, turned it to support, and we pumped up. And why did we get this pump? Well, today, remember how I told you guys yesterday that today we had consumer confidence, and that was going to be pretty big on the market. So that's what we did. We had, excuse me, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, right here. Okay, we had consumer confidence, and it actually came in very high. Came in at 98. Previous was at 85, and consensus was at 87. So we were at 98. So that means the overall consumers, me, you, were confident in the overall growing economy, and so that came out very high, and so that's what gave the market a big pump today. And what do I see? So we're actually, I have this marked out because it's like a fair value gap. And what I see coming, well, we're actually pumped up pretty high again. So we're near this 592 level again, and that is going to be a heavy resistance area that knocked us all the way back down last time. So we could get a pump up and try to hit this 592 again. Excuse my good people. Pump up and try to hit this 592 again, and I can see us ranging between these two areas probably for pretty much the whole week. I don't really see us getting any further above this 592, honestly. Because without everything worked out, we're still. I mean, we've pretty much pumped up basically all the way up. I mean, the market's pretty much pumped all the way up in the market, but I still don't think we're done with the downturn. Why? Because everything with the tariffs is still not worked out. Everything is still not worked out. Everything is just delayed. So basically, the market is getting ahead and basically saying, well, they're delaying everything. Pretty much the deal should be worked out because they're delaying things to get a deal worked out. And so if Trump comes out whenever July 9th for the EU and says, well, we're going to add the tariffs, we didn't have a deal worked out, the market will dump. If after the 90 days from the China tariffs, they don't get a deal worked out, the market's going to dump, right? So we're still not completely out of the woods. And so I could see it from 592, 585, kind of ranging from this area. What do we have going into tomorrow? Tomorrow we actually have earnings. When market closes, we're going to have Nvidia. That is going to be very big for the market. Um, Nvidia's earnings are going to be very big for the market because it's the leading semiconductor, the biggest semiconductor in the world, as we know. And if their earnings come out poorly, that will move the market definitely. Okay, we have C3 AI, Salesforce, but Nvidia is the most important one. That is going to be coming out tomorrow after market closes at 3:20. What data do we have coming out tomorrow? Well, Wednesday we are gonna have FOMC minutes at 12 p.m. So that will be pretty much when we're done trading. So tomorrow will probably be a pretty choppy day leading up to the FOMC minutes. That's what I can see. Today, why didn't I trade? Well, one, I was at the DMV pretty much the whole morning, but two, because I was still watching the market, but we didn't get any pullback. As you can see, what is happening? It's just a straight line up. Of course. You know what I'm saying? Just a straight line up. Like literally, look at that. That is such a steep trend line. Literally just basically a straight line up. No type of pullbacks into this gap, no type of pullbacks into this gap. And that's exactly what I was looking for when we broke this last high. I was looking for a pullback to use this high as support, but we didn't get no pullback into there. Broke up some more, and whenever we broke down right here, I was thinking, well, maybe we'll get the pullback. We didn't even get a pullback into this gap. We just kept pumping, and now we're just pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. If I go to my 1 minute, this is the candle where we wanted that pullback to use this last swing. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is where we wanted to use this last high as support, as you can see, because we broke through with a heavy candle. I wanted to see us use this as support, pull into this gap, and we didn't have no pullbacks. As you see, we're just trending up, just trending up, as you see, right? So we're just going up. Overall consumer confidence was high. That's what gave us the pump. And that is pretty much it. So we didn't have a trade today. If it doesn't give you your strategy, just don't trade. No matter how much money. I'm thinking, oh man, from this say 585 to 588 or 589, could make. I mean, there's no entry. There's no entry point at all. No type of pullback to this fair value gap. No type of pullback to this fair value gap. No nothing, right? So it's just pumping up, just going up, and we could just keep pumping up, right? But as you can see, it's still, I mean, it gave this actual little pullback right here. But that is nothing. I mean, we're already so far up the move. That's not even a pullback, right? If you really look at it. Even in 1 minute. There ain't no type of pullback, right? We would need to come all the way down here for a real pullback. Or down here to this 587 area for a pullback. But it's just pumping and popping. And so days like this where it doesn't give you your strategy, we just don't trade, okay? So tomorrow, what are we gonna be looking for? Tomorrow it's probably gonna be a pretty choppy day. Tomorrow also I'm gonna be at the DMV again early in the morning, and so I'm gonna be looking at the charts, but most likely it will be another no trading day. But I'll still come out and give the data out. If we have news coming out, I'll come out and show you guys. I'll show you the charts and show you what I'm looking for going into the next day. Like always, tomorrow, what do I see? Again, I see a choppy day tomorrow. Depending on where we pump, I'm pretty sure we're going to end up falling later on in the day because the pump is so hard. We'll probably end up getting like a little bit of a pullback later on in the day. But if we don't, tomorrow it'll probably be a choppy and a little bit of a down day before the FOMC minutes, okay? And then later on, after market closes, we'll have NVIDIA earnings. Again, that will be very big for the markets to give us a little bit of a pump, or if they're not as expected or whatever. Honestly, what can I see for the NVIDIA earnings? So I honestly see NVIDIA meeting the expectations, but I think the market is going to dump. That is exactly what I'm seeing, because the past few earnings, we've had companies actually meet expectations on earnings and them still fall. Palantir met expectations on earnings and they literally fell by like $10. You remember that, guys? It literally fell by like $10 and it met earnings, right? And so that's exactly what I can see NVIDIA probably doing. Probably buying the news or buying the rumor and then selling the news. We're gonna be buying up, leading to earnings, and then when earnings comes out, I can see it dumping. Okay, that's just a prediction that I can see happening. And so that is pretty much it for you guys. Pretty quick recap. Didn't trade, so I don't really have nothing to say. Oh, this. You know, there was no pullback to my fair value gaps, and so I'm not gonna trend chase. I'm just not gonna trade, right? I showed you guys the earnings. I showed you guys the data that came out. That's coming out tomorrow. I'll show you guys the data that came out today, which is why we had this pump today. And I showed you guys what I can see going in tomorrow. Okay, so I love every single one of you guys who are with me on the journey. Really quick recap, actually. We're only at 10 minutes. Remember, I love every single one of y'all who are with me on the journey. Remember, guys, stay persistent, passionate. Make sure I get paid. All right? Peace.